Hey everybody, I am back finally. Yes, it's been a really long hiatus. It's one of those where it's like, I'll do a video tomorrow, I'll do a video tomorrow, and then tomorrow turns into a year. Of course, lots going on in life. Who doesn't have that, right? And then my friend Tina, out of the blue, was like, "Why aren't you doing your videos?" I don't know. I haven't done them, and time got away from me, and so then I talked to my friend Deb, and she's like, "Yes, she's right. You should do." So I am gonna do them. I'm gonna pick up where I left off, and we were on the 12 laws of the universe. And we left off on chapter 6, and chapter 6 was the law of cause and effect. And the author said later he calls it, the law of karma is what it translates to. So we're going to start with the law of compensation that says we are rewarded for the right action. And I'm sorry, apparently I'm having trouble speaking today. I'm hoping my sound is good because I'm using Bluetooth this time. My lighting was really weird. I had to start this over. It's still looking a little odd. See, it's still acting a little odd. And I kept getting all these pop-ups. I've restarted twice. I don't know what's going on. So we're going to see if fingers crossed this goes through. Okay, so chapter 7, we have the law of compensation. It says you will be compensated based on what you give. This is an extension of the law of cause and effect, specifically for compensation in the material world. Good things such as abundance, relationships, and opportunity. This law states that we will be blessed based on the good deeds we do and the value we provide. When we show generosity to others, we will be rewarded back generously. Remember, there are many forms of compensation. It's not just cash, a beautiful house, Ferrari, or reward for relaxing on the beach. Compensation also comes in the form of blessings such as good health, loyal friends, loving families, teachers or mentors, job opportunities, $1 million ideas, etc. Many times we give others what we think they deserve. This mentality is good, but it cannot be transformed into abundance. However, if we change our mindset to over delivery and exceed expectations, we will be compensated accordingly. And I just want to touch real quick on the compensation is, it's not always cash or things like that. It is, it, sometimes it's things that we take for granted. We continue to have a job where, for me, I continue to have a job and I feel stable at my job. I have a job where I'm surrounded by, I, I work with some of the most amazing people I've ever worked with, as far as management goes. And my coworkers are phenomenal also, the whole team. Um, but just the way management is structured, they just they have your back. That's something that's hard to come by today. And that is something I try not to take for granted at all. So to me, being able to have that is a type of reward. I can buy my groceries. I don't have a lot of stress going to work because I have people that I work with and for that are just fantastic. And that's not to say I haven't worked, with or for other great people. This is just, I got really, really lucky in this sense where I kind of have both. I have the management and the coworkers that are all, fantastic. It's not like I had to choose, from one or the other where, you have these great, coworkers, and then sometimes management is maybe what you don't need it to be, for you personally, or maybe, vice versa. So I try not to take stuff like that for granted, and I do count it as a blessing and something that I've been rewarded with. The advice is you get what you put into life, so whatever you do, do your best and strive to be the best that you can be. Be generous and kind, and then when it comes back to you, accept it graciously with open arms. I think it's very, very important to do things pure of heart. Because if we do something with the intent of, well, I'm going to do this nice thing because I expect to get something back from it, that's not really how that works. I don't think that's how the universe is built, or how the intent is for it. They, you need to have a pure intention, because you want to help someone, because it is the right thing to do, because you want to help them, not because you think you're going to be punished if you don't, not because you think you're going to get a reward at the end if you do it. Just do it because it feels good. It's the right thing to do. And accepting it graciously with open arms, that's difficult for me. Um, but we are entitled to that. And I've looked at entitlement as a negative word. And I had a discussion with my friend Deb, because, when I do these chapters, when I get stuck, I reach out to my friends, and I'm like, what do you think of this? And I'd like to get that other side of it, or a different opinion, because, my side isn't the right side. All I can do is give you my perspective and read to you what the author has, and everybody has to interpret things that is right for them. And, entitlement really isn't a negative word. We've made it into a negative word in society, now. And so I think, oh, I have to earn everything. But if I do receive something, I'm learning that I'm receiving it for a reason, and then I do deserve it. If I'm receiving something good, yes, I do deserve it. I don't have to sit there and think, oh, no, I shouldn't accept this. I'm being more gracious about that. So let's move on to the next section here. According to the law of compensation, you will receive what you put out. This is similar to the law of attraction, but it focuses on the idea that compensation can take many forms. For example, if you get a lot of money, then you might think that you are getting rewarded. However, depending on your lifestyle, your large wealth may lead to a worse life rather than a better life. Essentially, you reap what you sow. This reminds you to be careful with others, even with the planet. For example, to work with this law in a way that attracts or compensates love and support, ask yourself, where am I called today to serve and support others? And that's something, a friend of mine who did pass away, Ray, he, specifically felt he was here to serve, anyone he could. And he did serve tremendous amount of people. And that's what I try to think about, is how can I serve? Whether it's just being a good ear for someone to listen to, I can listen to someone, even if I don't have advice, because I don't always have advice. Sometimes people just need you to be there. That's being of service. So it's sometimes just really, really seemingly small things that could be really great things to somebody else. It just happens to be what they need at the time. And so then you are being of service. This quote is, it instills a trust in us that we will be compensated for our work as long as we're open to receiving in all the many ways that the universe can deliver. And again, remember, it's not always, money or that fancy house or fancy car. There's many, many, many ways. What needs to be clear is that compensation in this area is not limited to employment agreements or monetary compensation. Rather, it is about getting compensation for all your contributions to the world around you, including the love, joy, and kindness you spread. Everything is rewarded. And it may be even rewarded in the form of an opportunity. And so I think we have to play a really big part in this also, just like it's hard to say, because we are entitled to things, but it doesn't mean it's just going to drop in our lap, right? We have to take some sort of action on this. We have to do something, take a step. So sometimes an opportunity will present itself, but we have to have the wherewithal or the motivation to recognize that opportunity and act on that opportunity. It's kind of like, there was a joke I've heard before, or a meme, I don't know what it was, where, this person talks to God and like, I asked for the lottery, I asked to win the lottery so many times. Why didn't I win the lottery? And God replies, you have to buy a ticket. So that shows you have to take a step in that direction. You've got to be able to do that and put some sort of work in, and then the rest will follow. I hope a lot of that makes sense. I am going to leave you with something I did talk to my friend about. She said this, and it was really great, so I want to mention it. She said, the universe is about balance, giving and receiving. If you're worthy of giving, then you are worthy of receiving. And I think I thought that was just perfect the way she said that. And I'm applying it and trying to keep that in mind myself. So I hope you guys enjoyed chapter 7. We're going to move into chapter 8 in the next video, and that is the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, or changing of energy. And it says energy is always moving and always changing. So I will see you at the next video. And again, if you guys like this chapter, or you have any questions about it, or you have any comments, or just your interpretation of it, absolutely, please put them in the comments. Let me know. I'll be checking them. Okay? Have a great day. Bye.